Well, look who's back in town. And when I say back in town, I mean back on YouTube, because this isn't a town. But given the last few weeks when I was away, I have found out that some of you will be quite happy that I'm back, but some of you will be quite sad. Tears coming from your face and everything. So I thought I'd give those people another break this week. So I went out and I found someone else to host this week's Ups and Downs. And I'm doing that just for you. Here it is. All right, I'm El Minorino, and I'm here this week to present you Raw Ups and Downs, where we go through Raw and we decide what was good and what was bad. And yes, following Raw this week, The Rock did come out and try to call CM Punk. No one else could have got away with that. They would have been fired on the spot. What a world. Let's get on with it. I've got absolutely no peripheral vision in this. How do wrestlers do it? Kevin Owens came out to start Raw off this week, cut a damn good promo on Goldberg, teased talking about the Chris Jericho segment, and then just dropped the mic and went backstage. Massive up. While no one actually believes that Kevin Owens will walk away from Fastlane with the win, this segment made him seem confident and it made him feel like the champ. And he criticised Brock Lesnar for not taking Goldberg seriously, something that he wasn't going to do, and then he went after Bill's family. I really, really hope at the very least Owens is allowed to look a little bit strong against Goldberg. I mean, that's unlikely because look what happened to Brock Lesnar over the last few months. So it's kind of hard to see WWE going, oh yeah, we let Brock Lesnar get jobbed out, but Owens, he can go 15 minutes with Goldberg. And also, shorter matches do favour old Billy Boy. But right now, Kevin Owens has all the steam. He has all the steam. He's got more steam than a train. So to take that all away would be a bad move. So I hope there's some balance. It was also awesome that he only teased talking about Jericho. Right now, we don't need any explanations until Fastlane is out the way. Pick it up then, and pick it up when we can start building to their match at WrestleMania. So that was good too. And it was also good that Chris Jericho wasn't on the show. So that's an up. WWE has a tendency to rush things in the modern day, but they've done the exact opposite with Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho. So hopefully we don't see Y2J until the pay-per-view. He gets involved, costs Owens the Universal title, and then in one match, you're dealing with like 10 stories at once. That is cool. My friend Simon stood in for Jack on last week's SmackDown Up and Downs, and when he was there, he gave the tag team division a down. So now we're on Raw, and we're about to talk about the tag team division. It's only fair we give that a down as well. Everything is so convoluted and confusing at the moment, it's hard to make heads or tails out of it. Apparently, you've got your tag champs doing a mini feud with Roman Reigns of all people, and then there's just random number one contender matches between Big Cass and Enzo versus Sheamus and Cesaro. The match was fine and all, as is the fact that Big Cass and Enzo are now in line for a title shot. Sorry, title match. But how am I meant to care when everything feels so seat of my pants? Ever since the New Day lost their gold, the whole thing has felt like a rushed mess, and we need to sort that out quickly. We need structure and we need storylines to make that happen. Which is why the New Day versus Rusev and Jinder is also getting a down. For starters, the Jinder-Rusev tag team seems to be something you just roll out when you've got nothing better to do. We don't even know why they're a team aside from their characters aren't meant to be from America. Great. Put them together. Sounds faboo. And they lost, which is criminal. That's right, criminal. Rusev not winning a match should be illegal. And at this point, it seems like he's not even going to have a program for WrestleMania. He may even just be thrown into the Andre Battle Royal. I don't want that. He should be in a main event program. Makes me mad, makes me sad. I may actually explode. Just blow up, bits of my body everywhere, liver over there, kidney here, brain in pieces, all because Rusev didn't have a proper feud. I am going to give an up for the nonsense between Lana and the New Day though. Sorry. But because I'm a child, I did enjoy Big E saying that Lana had obviously stolen their plans for ice creams because she's a Soviet and all Soviets do is hack into things. I mean, that's actually offensive if you are Russian, and I laughed, so I'm sorry, shouldn't have done it, but let's go forward. I also enjoyed it when Xavier gave her a shock and she threw her iPad up in the air and it broke. So the lesson we've all learned here is I need to grow up and do more Hurricane Ranas. Turning the clock back to a couple of minutes ago, I am going to give what Roman Reigns did on Raw an up, even though the match he was in was stupid. The reason is simple. He got DQ'd because he went crazy on Gallows and Anderson with a steel chair. Now I know the tag champs are meant to be the heels, but Reigns' actions weren't exactly babyface 101 now, were they? So the up is basically in the hope that this is a slow build to Roman Reigns finally turning heel. At least that's how I want to look at it, because I'm a positive guy and a luchador. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed, and if we get 6 months down the line and it turns out that Roman is still a face, then we can retroactively come back to this moment and give it a down. Be like a really episode of Back to the Future. Contract signing between Jack Gallagher and Neville was alright. It was solid. It was fine. So it's an up. Nothing special happened, but out of all of the cruiserweights in the division, I think that these two have a better grip on their characters. And as such, it was fun to see them verbally spar with each other and then have a quick brawl at the end. Plus, Gallagher has somehow got an umbrella over. An umbrella, an item you use to keep rain off your head. And that's impressive. So we can't diss that. Doing all right. Last week, Bayley won the women's title, and that was great. The match was great, and the fans at the time thought it was great. But the better plan would have been for her to win it at WrestleMania, and as such, this week on Raw, the women's division felt like a bit of a mess. So it's getting it down. All the segment featuring Bayley, Sasha Banks, Charlotte, and Stephanie McMahon did was serve to look at the champ and go, yeah, you're not the real title holder. You cheated to win. It wasn't a fair victory. And Bayley, the world champion, had to stand there and just take it. At one point, we were actually meant to believe that she was considering giving the title up, even though for the last 722 weeks, all we've been told is that Bayley's dream is winning the women's championship. So she wins it and then gets bullied a bit and thinks about giving it up. That doesn't make sense. My main worry is that Bayley loses the title at Fastlane, which would keep Charlotte's pay-per-view win streak alive, and then she loses again at WrestleMania because Sasha Banks eventually does the heel turn that's so obviously coming. And that does nothing for Bayley in the long run. Too many cooks in the kitchen here. We need less cooks, and we need more food. Pronto. DDP is going into the Hall of Fame this year. It's massively deserved. The man is incredible and he's saved more people than Batman. It's an up, it's an up, it's an up, it's an up. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens were involved in a great spot on Raw. Samoa Joe kicked the crap out of Zayn again and came across like a monster, and then Owens, being the big bad dastardly heel that he is, picked the bones and beat him. But it's still getting it down. Why? Because last year we were told that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn were never going to touch again. Forget fighting, they weren't allowed to even look each other in the eye. And now it's been overlooked, and it's been overlooked time and time again. And yeah, I know, never take statements like that seriously when it comes to pro wrestling. Doesn't mean it's good, and it's not good. It's bad. There was money to be made down the line when the time was right to build these two back up. But it's been watered down so much that if they do that, nobody will care. Because you'll be like, well, I've seen this 722 times. That is a shame. The segment was great, don't get me wrong, and I thought everyone involved did a great job, but the longer ramifications hurt my soul. I don't want to see Mick Foley go anywhere. I think he's much better now in the GM role than he was a few months ago. He's made it his own, and his conflict with Stephanie McMahon these days, especially last night on Raw, is going really good. So that's an up. But it's also an up because there's a rumour going round that post-WrestleMania, Kurt Angle is actually going to take over that role and Mick Foley will disappear. Which kind of does make sense, because on Raw, Stephanie McMahon basically threatened to kill him. Lovely. The point is, this is clearly all leading somewhere, and I think where it's leading is going to be very positive. I just hope Foley does find another role on TV, because right now he's found his stride, and we should support that. And I will support it. The Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman interview was an up, because every time Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman do an interview like this, I sit there and go, shit, Brock Lesnar actually wants to kick somebody's ass. It was all pretty simple too. Brock Lesnar just growled and sat there looking mad and eventually chased off Michael Cole, while Paul Heyman continually pimped out the WrestleMania 33 match between Lesnar and Goldberg, and I'm like, you know what? I really want to see that match. I just hope that WWE does keep these two apart for as long as they can, so when they clash, I can just be like, yes! And pump my fist. Which brings us to our final up of the show, which was the main event. The Big Show and Braun Strowman, who were two massive dudes by the way, went out there, they did some chain wrestling, they showed some feats of strength, and just went, look at us, we're well powerful. Not only that, but Strowman got a decent win against someone we've seen manhandling people for almost 2 decades. I tell you this right now. WWE, you have something with Braun Strowman, so please, for the love of everything, do not job him out against Roman Reigns at Fastlane. Especially because after the match, when Roman Reigns interfered again, Braun busted out a dropkick. Man's doing drop kicks now. Colour me shocked. One last quick down for balance though. While if you look at it segment by segment, which we just did, it was pretty good, I think it's only fair to say that Raw this week was a bit filler. Which is fine. You're always going to get those shows as you lead to a pay-per-view. But yeah, not a lot happened. It kept things ticking over, but nothing really made you go pa-pow. That was amazing. And that was that. Like I say, a solid episode of Monday Night Raw. It has taken us one step closer to Fastlane, and it was alright. I enjoyed it. I had a smile on my face, and we continue on the road to WrestleMania. What a lovely road that is. Now, don't forget to leave a comment below and let us know what you thought about Raw, and then like, share and subscribe. Then go to whatculture.com and read the Ups and Downs article this is all based on, and then you can come follow a version of me on Twitter as SimonMiller316. I'm El Millerino from What Culture, and you have just been watching Ups and Downs, and I want to say to you from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much. You may never see me again, but maybe you will.
No, I'm going for the headshot. 1.21 heavy metal gigawatts. I'ma let the bass drop straight into a karate chop. Time I pick the pace up.